Hi students, today we will start the chemistry class. First year topic we are actually going to discuss, and these classes are mainly meant for the 10th class students or those who have completed 10th class and entering into first year, intermediate first year. For those students, we are now starting with the topic, that is stoichiometry. This topic is very useful for all the physical chemistry topics what you just see in first year, inter first year and inter second year, because in this we are actually mainly explaining the applications of the chemical reactions mainly. So as you just see, the stoichio stands for elementary, the metry meaning measurement, means what we try to do in this topic mainly. We can able to say in a chemical reaction how many atoms are reacting with how many atoms, because atoms may be reacting in a chemical reaction, or how many atoms may be reacting with molecules. So we have some reactions where sometimes atoms are reacting with molecules, or we can able to say molecules reacting with molecules, or we can able to say sometimes the molecules and ions reacting. All type of chemical measurements you can do even at elementary level. So how many atoms reacting, how many molecules reacting, how many electrons reacting, everything can be explained based on this topic. That is what we try to do in this. But before actually going into the applications of the chemical reactions, first we should know the balanced chemical equation. So for any stoichiometric applications, the first thing what we require is a balanced chemical reaction. So based on this balanced chemical reaction, we can do any type of applications. But when we see the chemical reactions which are balanced based on what we already know is this balanced chemical reaction is based on law of conservation of mass. So what is law of conservation of mass says is, in any chemical reaction atoms are neither mass is neither created nor destroyed. So where the mass will come for the atom or molecules is mainly due to the atoms. So when we consider the law of conservation of mass, that is the mass is due to the atoms. So when we write any chemical reaction, the law of conservation of mass we are applying in the indirectly, meaning is we are trying to balance the atoms. Clear? So when we try to balance the atoms there, what type of reactions we have? Now how we can balance the reaction? That is a very important thing what we need to study now first. So if you just take the reactions, now we are not going to all types of reactions which exist here. We are taking some basic elementary chemical reactions, and we will see how we have to balance those reactions at least. Or when we have to say the balancing of reaction, we should discuss as such an important topic, in which case we require the methods to follow for balancing a reaction. Suppose you take the chemical reactions. So I just take some basic chemical reactions. Suppose you take an acid base reaction. So let us take a simple equation like HCl reacting with NaOH will give NaCl plus H2O. So for balancing this reaction, if you just see the atoms there, we have one hydrogen, we have one chlorine, one sodium, one oxygen, one more hydrogen. So in the right hand side, if you see on the product side, one sodium is there, here we have one sodium, one chlorine is there, we have one chlorine here again. There are two hydrogens here, we have two hydrogens, one oxygen atom, one oxygen atom. So we can say this reaction is already balanced. But suppose you have another acid base reaction like H2SO4 reacting with NaOH will form Na2SO4 plus H2O. Now see the reaction here. Two sodiums are here. Let us see first like this. One sodium here, two sodiums here. So what I will do? Try to balance the sodium. I can write 2 here. So what we are doing is, we are not following any systematic procedure there. Simply we are saying, here the 2 sodiums are there. Here we have 1 sodium. We just multiplied this with 2. So what is this methods we generally call it is? We call it as a hit and trial type methods. So we just simply follow, just seeing the atoms there and here, without following any systematic procedure, we try to balance the reaction. So we just change the coefficients by seeing there and here, we try to balance the equation. So we have 2 sodiums here, so we made it 2. We have 1 sulfur there, 1 sulfur here. Clear? So if you see the hydrogens here, 2 hydrogens here, 2 hydrogens here, totally 4 hydrogens on the left hand side. So we make it, suppose this 4. Now 2. Now let us see the oxygens. Is it balanced? We have 4 oxygens here, 4 oxygens here. We have 2 oxygens here, we have 2 oxygens here. So that the reaction is balanced again. So the acid base reactions, which have generally 2 components, that is acid and base, and will have a salt and water, such type of reactions can be balanced easily. Clear? So for this acid base reaction, we don't require much method. A simple hit and trial type method is enough for them to balance. So even suppose you have a precipitation reactions. So let us say this is the standard precipitation, silver nitrate. When you react with NaCl, we are getting AgCl precipitate and NaNO3. And this reaction also, if you just see again coefficients, as simple silver, silver, chlorine and chlorine, nitrate and nitrate. So this reaction also easily balanced without doing anything. So it is already balanced equation. But if you have any other type of reaction, like you have AgCl, a silver nitrate again, maybe reacted with MgCl2, we get AgCl plus MgNO3 taken twice. So if we want to balance this again, there are 2 chlorines here, 1 chlorine. So make it 2 first. Go with any one coefficients. Go with any one. You might be seeing one side, at the reactant side you are seeing the double number, your product side you are seeing a single number. So just change that coefficients, like what we did in this. We have seen sodium 2, here we have seen sodium 1. So we made here 2. In this case, we have seen 2 chlorines here, we are seeing 1 chlorine here, we made that 2. See, now silver is 2, so make this is 2. So even you see nitrates, NO3, it is called nitrate, that is also 2. So that reactions also can be balanced easily. So some acid-base reactions are some precipitation reactions, some simple displacement reactions, some double displacement reactions. So precipitation reactions are also a class of double displacement reactions. Such reactions can be balanced easily. So first of all, what we are trying to now do is, as a balanced equation is required, in which type of reactions we need a systematic methods to be followed. That is, mainly we require for reactions which are called redox reactions. So what is meant by redox reactions is, RED stand for reduction, OX means oxidation. So this oxidation reduction reactions they mainly require some systematic method to be followed. So a normal acid base, normal precipitation, double displacement, those reactions can be done in a simple hit and trial type methods. So when we try to say the redox reactions, we require some systematic procedure. So let us start with the redox reaction balancing part first of all. But for them to first go ahead with the balancing methods, first let us see how to define a reduction, how to define an oxidation, or which reactions are called reduction reactions and oxidation reactions. Clear? So let us start with that. So the earlier definitions of reduction and oxidation reactions is, so oxidation, reduction reactions are simply as redox reactions. So how to classify a reaction as an oxidation or reduction? The earlier definition that are given as oxidation meaning, and parallelly let us see reduction. So in which oxygen is added. So addition of oxygen is called oxidation. So addition of oxygen is called oxidation. So let us see a simple equations. So we take C plus O2 giving CO2. That means we are adding oxygen to carbon. So we say we are doing oxidation of carbon. So carbon is oxidized, and simply let us take one more equation, S plus O2 giving SO3. Here oxygen is added to sulfur, so we can say sulfur is oxidized. Clear? The next, parallelly if you see, addition of oxygen is oxidation, as you just see, then this is nothing but addition of hydrogen is called reduction. Okay? So addition of hydrogen to a compound is called, or an element is called, reduction reaction. So let us take an equation again, hydrogen plus F2 giving HF. So what is you are getting? Fluorine is separated, hydrogen is separated, but now we are having hydrogen is along with the fluorine. So we are adding hydrogen to fluorine. So fluorine is, we'll say, reduced. Or you can take this type of organic reactions. C2H4 reacted with hydrogen is giving C2H6. So you can say this is ethene. This we say ethane. So here also we added hydrogen to this compound. So we'll say this compound is reduced, or we did reduction of this. Clear? So let us come to the next type of definition. Second, so addition of oxygen is called oxidation. The reverse way, that is removal of